Thank you kindly all for coming on in and supporting the kingdom of It's Real to Us, the Wrestling Podcast. Please come in and join our royal panel to discuss WWE's upcoming King and Queen of the Ring Premium Live event. Today, live and in living color, we have the King of Coffee, Tiny Mike.
I have bags under my eyes.
Everyone knows the King of Seth Rogen lookalikes, one Nate Diggity Dog.
Yeah, Sausage Party was my best movie.
Sausage Party?
Yeah, Sausage Party.
No Pineapple Express?
No Pineapple Express.
No Knocked Up?
No Knocked Up.
Sausage Party was good.
Yeah, it was.
Did you see the coming up with the second one?
Yeah, I did. That's why I said it.
And of course, everyone knows the King of Sales, Tony the Father.
Yes, my favorite time of year, Royal Subjects, the King and the Queen of the Ring. We're ready to roll today with our picks and predictions.
And I am Anthony the Mark, the king of It's Real to Us and everything you see in front of you. If this is your first time watching, you can go ahead and follow us at It's Real to Us on X, Instagram, and TikTok, and over on YouTube, where we are now live streaming our reactions to Raw, SmackDown, soon upcoming premium live events. We are at It's Real to Us 1, so go ahead and follow us there. We would appreciate any and all support. So, my fellow lords of the realm, are we ready to discuss the battle our kings and queens will find themselves in at the premium live event?
Huzzah.
Hear ye. Let's begin the battle.
Who would be the best if we had to have a joust?
Not me.
I think it'd be Anthony because he has the longest arms.
Yeah, probably. Yeah.
You and I would have some good joust, I think.
I think I have better coordination is
Yeah,
where
but
I
he's
might
got
get
the
you.
length,
He
though.
has the. I also have really short arms for a 6'3" guy.
Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to talk about every single match that is happening at the King and Queen Premium Live event and what you need to know going into that contest. We are using our royal scepter as the talking stick. Whoever holds the stick shall be able to give their taketh upon the land. And then the other panelists will have to agree, disagree. We'll have a whole group conversation. So we're going to kick things off with the Queen of the Ring tournament. And starting there, we're going to go with Tiny Mike.
Oh, it's me?
Just give us your entire thought process on the Queen of the Ring tournament and who you think should be in the finals, who you'd like to see as of this recording right now. It is Lyra Valkyria versus Io Sky on Raw to determine their finalist. And over on SmackDown, we have Nia Jax versus Bianca Belair. Michael's going to let us know what he thinks. Then we're going to go around and just share our opinions. But you got to catch the scepter.
Before the Royal King speaks, he must have the scepter
You
in
don't
his
have
hand.
the scepter.
He has to pass the scepter first.
You do not have the scepter.
First throw of the day. Big one. He got it.
Yeah, the Royal scepter has been passed.
And we are off to the races.
If I was king, I'd rule with an iron fist. I don't want to hear any of you talk. My time. Shut your trap, Seth.
If you were the king, you'd be assassinated in day one.
Shut your mouths and open your ears. Queen of the Ring, what do I want is not what happened because Tiffany got in a little bit of trouble and I think we scattered plans. We don't need to go into what Tiffany did. It happened. She's out. Bianca Belair is now going forward with this knee injury. Jade is taken out by Nia. I think they're going to do some kind of shenanigan and have Nia get involved, blow Belair's knee out or whatever. Got to go up against the face, so it's got to be Lyra. I don't know how that happens. I'm pulling for Lyra. Shout out Team SmackDown for drafting her. I'm a fan. Good in ring. Gives her a nice little, hey, welcome to the big show. Here's your pay-per-view moment. Let's see what you got. Goes against Nia. Now, I think this has to be Queen Nia with Tiffany out of the running. Why is that? Who's going to run the best queen gimmick? Her. Simple. Plain. Kaputz. Big, in charge. She's going to be all gimmicky. She's going to be thinking she's the best. If we're going to be over the top and dramatic, Nia's the woman for the crown.
I love the take.
Queen. Queen Nia of the realm.
I like the take.
Shut your mouth. This is my scepter. I'll allow you to speak one word, peasant. Tell me who has now earned their chance to speak.
The King of Sales, Tony the Father, awardeth the scepter.
The scepter is being passed.
I said only one word, you peasant.
I have the Royal scepter. If there was a war, the two kings, the King of Coffee and the King of Sales, would be allies. I agree with the King of Coffee that Nia Jax is the next queen of the ring. And I think she will defeat Io Sky in the tournament in Saudi Arabia to become the new queen. Now the scepter, the royal scepter, will be passed to the king of Seth Rogen lookalikes. This royal scepter has never been dropped before.
It's about to be.
Seth Rogen lookalike, you better receive this royal scepter.
That equipment, it's expensive over
I'm
there.
going to try to co-hold it, but, I'm a pitcher. We don't catch that
The
much.
royal scepter is on its way.
My heart is racing.
The perfect pass by the king of sales. You are worthy now to speak in the king of the ring
and I'm going to
tournament.
speak because you both are wrong, okay? First things first, what happened on SmackDown was a disgrace with Nia Jax and Jade Cargill. I mean, I don't know what WWE is doing with Jade. Like, that was not necessary. I would have rather had a clean one-on-one match, and with the whole steel chair thing, it just didn't make sense to me.
Instead, they got DQ'd in 2 minutes.
Yeah, it was just not fun. I was big on this being Io's tournament to lose, but I love Lyra so much, and I'm going to say it's going to be Lyra versus Bianca Belair, and I think Lyra takes the victory over Bianca Belair. I think she'd be a great queen of the ring. It would be a great way to propel her into a title shot possibility with Becky if she wins. I like that idea, and I'm sticking to it. Queen Lyra. So you take it because you're wrong.
We don't know what I'm about to say. What if I agree with you?
I don't think you do, but
I guess based off my facial reactions, you can
I don't
kind
think
of.
you do.
I like the idea of Bianca coming out of the SmackDown side. I think she has the most credibility out of anybody left on that
on
side.
SmackDown, yeah.
Over Nia Jax. And you can work what Tiny Mike was referring to earlier, the knee injury. You can keep doing that for 2 more weeks. But at the end of the day, this is Io Sky's tournament. This is the perfect way for the former WWE Women's Champion to bounce back from losing her title. Spoiler alert, I'm going to go with Gunther in the men's tournament for the same exact reason. Io Sky needs this for Damage Control. Otherwise, they're kind of just teetering on being irrelevant. Think about it. They just lost Asuka. Dakota Kai can't win a match. Kairi Sane is nothing more than a tag team wrestler at this point. Io Sky needs that to restore some sort of credibility to the group. And the longest storyline in the women's division in the Queen of the Ring tournament is Io Sky versus Bianca Belair. They have been at each other's throats ever since Damage Control debuted at SummerSlam in 2022. So for that reason, Io Sky versus Bianca Belair is my pick, and I have Io going over. So those are our picks. You guys let us know who you agree with. Now let's just open it up for a little group discussion about the tournament so far, what we like, what we don't like.
I can't see how Io Sky is going to be in the finals. Don't you think it makes perfect sense for her to lose? Hear me out. That whole Damage Control is messed up, and it kind of ran its course. It's like anything. Everything comes to an end. I think it's over.
I agree with the King of Sales. Also, how are we going to have a Queen of the Ring when she can't even speak English?
You have Dakota Kai. She's the mouthpiece.
Oh, okay.
You have the foreign queen telling you what to do, and you don't even understand her? That's even more detestable.
I understand, but I kind of agree with him. I think
I got Tiny Mike joining
I
me.
think Damage Control is fizzling out a little bit.
Yes.
I think it's happening, especially with the Asuka injury. I don't think Io can represent Queen of the Ring as well as a Lyra or a Bianca Belair.
King right here.
I agree with you
Right
on
here.
that. I agree with you. I don't
Seth
think
Rogen,
Nia.
King of Sales.
We're
Seth
good.
Rogen, right here.
We're good. We're
On
good.
the same
We're
page.
good.
Would be allies in a war against the king of It's Real to Us.
I've collected my thoughts. First, we'll go for you, Nathan. I like the pick of Lyra. It's just not going to happen. We haven't seen any character out of Lyra. We're not going to see character. The Raw isn't investing so much. They're just trying to get her on TV. I like it. I like Lyra, but if you're king and queen of the ring, you got to be able to cut promos, be able to be on TV multiple times, 15 minutes, 20 minutes at a time, and I just think they're going to ease her in. This is good exposure for her. Io is the smart, safe pick, I think. I chose Nia because I think she fits the gimmick better. However, Io, tiny little Japanese lady doing a little bit of, like perfect, fits it. It's ideal. However, I don't want to see it. We just saw Io as champion for about a year, and what'd she do?
Nothing.
Exactly.
I got one question, and then we'll move on. Do you think that Asuka and Zelina Vega being announced beforehand only to be taken out took a little bit of the wind out of the sail for the tournament?
Anybody that's announced before the tournament, like Bobby Lashley, when you think someone's going to be in the tournament in the last minute or the last day, they're taken out, it deflates it.
I got a little spicy take with that one. I think they were planned.
Yes, I agree
You
with you
with me on that?
100%.
They're like, let's get all the big names
Yep.
in there, make it look sexy, get the clicks, and then pull them because we don't want to have them either lose or they weren't even medically cleared in the first place. Everybody's got to lose in this tournament. What are they, 16-person tournaments?
Yeah.
15 people lose. We don't want everybody to lose.
But you want to hype it the most you can.
Exactly.
I don't think so. Maybe to your point is like, okay, we're going to do the biggest King of the Ring tournament ever. We'll throw everybody in. Oh, wait, he's hurt. I think that they're kind of just backtreading a little bit since WrestleMania because it feels like everything's been a little bit of a scramble lately.
It has been, but I agree with what he was saying in Tiny Mike is that they wanted to make it so big, but like, again, all these big names are going to take pins. So what's the best way? We'll announce them in there, and then we're going to pull them out. I think 100% all these were planned.
They didn't even announce the brackets at the same time. If what you're saying is the case, why wouldn't they just announce both of them at the same time? We look at these incredible King and Queen of the Ring tournaments. They were figuring it out on the fly, 100%.
It was unprepared. I think they dropped the ball a little bit. You post a tournament, okay, half of the men's bracket is full, the other half is empty for 3 days. The women's bracket they put out, and then they took it down 2 days later, and they reshuffled the deck. It was constantly reshuffling because it was a mixed match. Somebody dropped the ball. That's how I look at it.
Why are we going to advertise matches for SmackDown before matches on Raw? If Raw's approaching, wouldn't we want to get those matches out there for the public, advertise them, market those, and then once SmackDown starts to approach, that's when you unveil the show?
I'm doing a bracket tournament. Basketball. So the games on Thursday we'll put out, but the Friday games we won't put out yet. If you have a tournament bracket, you put it out. You see who's in the tournament together. You don't stagger it. And it wasn't staggered over 1 or 2 days. It was a good week to 8-9 days that it was just mixed and matched. So
could it have been cleaner? Yes. Would it have been nicer if we had the whole bracket a week before so we could do our little bracketology episode? Yes.
Yeah, they ruined our scheduling for sure.
No, but think about everyone.
Makes sense. That's the thing.
Everybody that did a podcast didn't have a clean bracket to do a podcast with. I watched our podcast, a couple other people that do podcasts on wrestling, and they all were like, okay, this is the first bracket, but we don't know this, or we know that, or we're not sure about this. And it's kind of, it doesn't make it, it's nice to have it clean, everything right in front of you, and then you talk about it.
We could go back and forth on this all day long, but I think at the end of the day, we've kind of painted the picture for what the Queen of the Ring tournament is going to look like. So with that being said, we are moving on, and we are going to talk about... Becky Lynch will defend her newly won Women's World title against the tenacious Liv Morgan in a match that some people think could go either way. I personally think Becky's going to win, and we're going to get into all of that right now because I'm going to start with the scepter because I have it in my hand. This match, this moment is one that nobody thought was going to happen. WWE wasn't planning Becky Lynch versus Liv Morgan at the King and Queen of the Ring Premium Live event. This happened because Rhea Ripley was hurt, and WWE had to pivot. And when they were pushed up against the wall, they decided to rely on a household name, Becky Lynch. They gave her the Women's World Championship because she's safe. She can carry the title for a couple of weeks. Everybody will buy it, and they could figure out what they were going to do. And what they're going to do, in my opinion, is this. Liv Morgan is going to have an incredible feud with Rhea Ripley. It's going to be all-encompassing. Rhea injured Liv, Liv injured Rhea. Dominic's going to get involved. We've all been seeing the stuff that's going on with Dom and Liv. Becky Lynch, her contract is up at the end of May, or maybe slightly after that. So she's going to have to, at the very least, work on a handshake deal if she's going to be champion moving out of this match. So Liv is going to win the championship. Becky is going to take some time off, and then we are going to get Rhea Ripley versus Liv Morgan with the Women's World Championship and Dominic Mysterio hanging high above the ring in a ladder match. So that's what I had to say about the Women's World Championship match. But what does the king of Seth Rogen lookalikes think?
Well, I'll tell you what I think, okay? I think you are 100% wrong.
Ooh.
That's what I think.
I was expecting you to bow at my knees.
I would never. Think you're 100% right about the whole Rhea Ripley injury. They didn't know what they were going to do, so they just gave it to Becky because it was the safe bet. That being said, I think she retains the title. I don't think they want to give it to Liv yet. I agree that she will eventually get it or eventually face Rhea for it. I want the Becky versus Lyra title match again. They did it in NXT. I loved it. I think we need it again in the main roster. And I think Lyra takes it. You push Lyra. And then when Rhea gets back, Rhea takes it off of Lyra. I don't think Becky would lose. I don't think Liv is the person to take it off Becky. That being said, I can see Liv winning. But I just think let's roll with Becky at this point.
I, the King of Sales, would love the scepter pass because I have a comment to make to the King of Seth Rogen.
Here we go. We're gonna
no problem. Just throw it. And I grabbed the lousy throw.
If this was a football game, we could have made the argument the scepter touched the ground. It's
Doesn't
incomplete.
matter. We got to go to the tape on that because I'm going to throw my challenge flag. I was a clean pick. The King of Seth Rogen, you should stick with your stand-up comedy because that was so funny what you just said. I got to totally disagree with you. I am going to be an alliance now of the King of It's Real to Us. It makes perfect sense for Liv Morgan to win this title and take it from Becky Lynch. Becky does not have a contract. We don't know. Maybe she'll be signed. Maybe she won't. The rumblings after Mania was that she's not going to be signed. She wants to take some time off. So I think she's doing them a favor now. She came in when Rhea got hurt. And now it's time for Liv Morgan to take that title. Come on. How could you not want this match, Becky versus Liv, to have Dom come out to the ring and somehow cause a commotion where Becky gets pinned by Liv? And then Dom and Liv have that little flirtation going on. And Rhea, wherever she might be, smoke comes out of her ears. How cool would that be if Dom and Liv have kind of a coming out with their romantic little fling going on? So that's my take, that Liv Morgan will beat Becky Lynch. She will become the women's champ, and it will set up the Rhea versus Liv battle for Dom, battle for the championship match that I want to see. I would like to pass the scepter now to the King of Coffee because I'm sure he has something to say. So the King of Coffee, here is the scepter. The pass has been completed to the King of Coffee, and I'm going to shut my mouth.
Respect has been properly brought back to the scepter, for it is again my time to speak. Nathan, Dale Denton, I love your take. Becky and Lyra to run it back would be awesome. I didn't even consider it. It's a great callback. They did great work together. I'm all for that later down the line. However, it makes more sense with Liv at the moment. Myself as king with this scepter, I'm going to say one quick sentence and one quick sentence only. Winning a singles match on a pay-per-view means a whole lot more than a battle royal on Monday Night Raw. I think that's why they were waiting to put the title over to Liv, just because let's make it mean something rather than just flip a coin on the situation. Becky doesn't have a contract, not signed yet, probably going to sign. I agree. Just makes sense to give Liv the moment at the pay-per-view and the show. She's the bigger star character-wise right now, I think. Becky's kind of treading water. But yeah, respect to Dale Denton and his take, because I do like it. I am now going to pass the scepter over to the It's Real to Us King. I hope not to hear another word until it is retrieved by the King, because I goddamn want respect. When you have this scepter, you can talk. You can't when it's not in your hands until our king of our show claims it. Coming your way.
That was one of the worst scepter passes that I've ever seen in the existence of scepter passes. That was horrible.
So now for the discussion part of this match, Becky Lynch, she won the championship shortly after WrestleMania. She's only had it 20-something days. If she does lose it, it'll be less than a month, making her a transition champion.
If Becky's going to have a title run, it would be something that she signed. They know what's going on. It's still up in the air a little bit. And the fact that she won in a battle royal match to become the champion, to me, it's a little asterisk next to that title anyway. So that's not the run I would make her title reign.
Well, this is why I didn't like her winning the battle royal in the first place. But because she won the Battle Royal, I don't think the first time she defends it, she loses it. She lost to Rhea, so it really didn't make sense for her to get the title in the first place. It makes me think that WWE has no idea what to do without Rhea.
The fact that Rhea got hurt is the only reason Becky was put in there. And you're right. WWE got a curveball that they weren't ready for. So what do we do? What do we do? Let's just give it to Becky, who put the title on her, and then we'll figure it out. Rather than putting it on Liv at that point, because we don't know what we're doing yet. Now they're building this story with Liv and Rhea down the road. So how could you have Becky still hold that title? It doesn't make any sense.
Listen here, Pumbaa. Becky Lynch has had like 4 or 5 runs last about 40 days. Is she a transitional champion? At times. Is she the man? At times. She's also had a reign that went about 400 days. Winning again against credible opponent like Becky Lynch in front of the millions of Saudi Arabians, it does so much more for Liv to get the spotlight, to get the entrance, to get the work, to get the match, the display.
So will it be Becky or will it be Liv? Let us know below. But for now, we're moving on to the Intercontinental Championship Triple Threat match. So here's what you need to know about the triple threat match for the Intercontinental Championship. Sami Zayn won the title off of Gunther with the help of Chad Gable, who trained him for the match. Then following that, Sami Zayn defended the title successfully against Chad Gable, who then snapped, turned heel. He's a complete dick to the Alpha Academy. He's been super mean to Otis, super mean to Maxine. And in the midst of all of this, Big Bronson Reed got in the mix, and now we have a triple threat match that, in my opinion, can pretty much go any way. So at this time, I'm going to pass the scepter on over to Nate Diggity Dog, and he is going to give us his take on the triple threat.
So this is probably the one match I'm not really looking forward to. Bronson Reed is in it. I mean, he kind of got into it a little bit because Chad Gable kept on interfering with him. For a big match this is supposed to be, it's not that big for me. I do think Sami retains here, especially because he defeated Gunther at Mania. For that reason alone, he's got to have a decently long title reign. Gable and Bronson Reed just don't do it for me. So I have Sami defeating both of them, and maybe we could get a better match in the next Premium Live event for the Intercontinental Championship, because I'm really not looking forward to this one.
I agree. The king is Seth Rogen over
Well,
there.
hold on. You don't have the scepter here, okay?
Yeah, but I'm saying I agree.
But you don't have the scepter, so why don't you be quiet?
I'm going to stick that scepter up your ass.
But you better not. You want to give your take?
If it pleases the king.
It pleases the king. Give your take it.
I admire your take. I like your take. You have Sami Zayn going over.
Push it.
Makes a lot of sense. You shut your mouth over there.
I am the king. I do not care. I will attack at dawn.
Be quiet. It does not please the king you talk. You're a gesture. Be quiet until I want to laugh. Because Sami Zayn and Chad Gable have been at each other's throats. They are going to be consumed with one another. Not going to be able to get the other one out of their mind. And in the midst of all of this, a tsunami will strike that will crown Big Bronson Reed as the new Intercontinental Champion. The Alpha Academy will continue to decay. Sami Zayn will go on to do some other stuff. 40 days as champion, that's enough for me. King of Coffee, this is heading your way. Get ready.
I'm talking because I got the scepter. The disrespect. My military will strike and bomb the King of Sales at midnight. Bronson Reed, sorry for cussing. Sucks. Hate your pick. I don't see it. I like the tsunami, but he's just a melon. Green Hornet, I agree with you. I think Sami Zayn's going to win this in the home crowd. It's not his home crowd, but a lot of people respect Sami because he is of the similar faith. I don't think it's time to take it off him. I think Bronson's in the match to keep Gable safe, keep him protected. He's going to eat 5 kicks. Gable's going to German suplex him. That's about it, I think. Probably going to be a fun match. I'm now going to give the scepter over to this guy. He's going to badmouth me, of course, but here you go.
I received the scepter. The royal scepter is in my hand from the king of the bag of wind. I mean coffee. I personally love this match.
Oh.
And I'm going to tell you why. There will be a delivery at the door with my chicken wings. And I will be eating during this match. I really don't care about this match. I think this match is a waste of time. If there was a possibility that Sami could lose to one of these two people, then I would be a little interested in it. You can see what they're doing. They're just passing the buck. They're going to keep Sami relevant as long as they can. I think Sami Zayn's going to win the match, and he should. It's a match I'm going to watch, eat my chicken wings, and yeah, whatever.
So with Tony's...
I still have the scepter. You were not spoken to. The scepter was not passed. You shut your mouth. I will pass the scepter now to the king of big mouths. I mean, it's real to us. Until it's passed, you shut up. Are we understood? I have spoken. Did I hear laughter? I will smack you with this scepter in the side of your head. Scepter pass.
Now, with group discussion open now and forever after all 4 takes have been submitted, I would like to say we got to show Chad Gable a little bit of love. Not a single person in this room has got him or taking him to win. So for that reason, and because Michael convinced me, I am revoking my Bronson Reed pick, and I am taking the leader of the Alpha Academy, Chad Gable, to win the Intercontinental Championship.
What has he done to deserve the Intercontinental Championship?
Change his gimmick.
He's
That's all you
changed his
gotta
gimmick.
do.
That's what he's done.
He's done one thing.
Heel turn, yeah. Give the new bad guy a title.
He's been defeated twice by Sami Zayn.
Yeah, so why does he deserve this?
The Alpha Academy have a lot of room to grow as a heel stable. I would love to see Otis come around to Master Gable's heelish tactics. I would like to see Otis then maybe get pushed as a babyface down the line after taking abuse from Chad Gable for months on months on months. My main point is I like the dynamic that's going on with the Alpha Academy right now, and having a title with them would only elevate their story.
I kind of disagree. I think the Alpha Academy has been dumb and stupid.
You can see what's going to happen. Otis is going to explode and smash his face in sooner or later. So I want to see Otis versus Gable. But I don't want to see Gable as the champ now. It just doesn't make sense.
Sammy, I had Sammy. Dirty Randy had Sammy.
I officially have Gable.
I can see Gable winning because the point of a triple threat match is it helps keep somebody protected or it helps have a cheap little title flip. Comes down to you're in Saudi, Sammy's Muslim, they're Muslim, they're going to eat it up, and they're going to love it.
That's right. That's a great point the King of Coffee just made. Where the match is being held is very important to those people and those fans and Sami Zayn. So they're never, ever, 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 ever going to take the title off of Sami Zayn in Saudi Arabia or Canada.
So with our Intercontinental Championship picks made, we are now moving on to the champion versus champion matchup, Cody Rhodes versus Logan Paul. So after Cody Rhodes successfully defended the WWE Championship against AJ Styles at Backlash, Logan Paul was shockingly announced as the American Nightmare's next challenger. And I say shockingly because I didn't see a champion versus champion matchup headlining the King and Queen of the Ring event. But hey, that's where we're at. So it's for the WWE Championship and it's not for the United States Championship.
I was watching the show live on YouTube, and sadly, Cody was just an idiot, and he signed a contract where he does not get the opportunity to fight for the United States Championship.
It's champion versus champion, but it's for the WWE Championship. It makes zero sense.
They're all over the place. They didn't have the contestants right. They don't know who's fighting the King of the Ring. I don't like it.
Guys, let's just remember, it's pro wrestling. You just throw it together. It makes Logan look like a bad guy. It makes Cody look like a good guy.
This is in Saudi Arabia. They always get the big, high-profile matchup. And they loved Goldberg. They flew him in for years. We got DX versus the Brothers of Destruction. They brought Shawn Michaels out of retirement because it's what Saudi Arabia wanted. And what they wanted was champion versus champion, Logan versus Cody. So with that being said, I'll go into my take. I'm sure you guys are going to have a similar, so this might be a bigger, more group discussion. Maybe we just go around quick. I think Cody Rhodes is obviously winning this match. If Logan Paul's title isn't on the line, then he's going to just take the pin and he gets to hold on to his championship. And I'm just going to give it to Nathan because he looks really cute.
I feel like before when we were discussing this, you were like saying that it makes sense for Logan Paul to possibly be a double champ. You were like, why not do it? It's the same thing as Seth Rollins, what he did to Cena.
I was just making a video to get people talking.
Yeah, and you got me talking, and it pissed me off because Logan doesn't deserve any of this.
I'm not saying he does.
He doesn't deserve
I took
any
Cody.
Of this.
I took
He
Cody.
doesn't deserve any of this. He whistled his way out for Cody to be a Grand Slam champion, which eventually will happen. Logan Paul has had 2 title defenses in about, 200 days. All right, we're rounding up.
It's over.
Oh, is it actually 200? So it's 400 days, apparently. It's been over a year, apparently, because he doesn't show up to work, okay? Logan Paul doesn't deserve this match. They just give it to him because he does the flippy doo-dahs like you say Carmelo Hayes does.
No, that's not why.
Yeah, it is why.
He's a social media megastar.
I'm not saying he's not, but he doesn't.
But that's why. It's not because he does
But he doesn't
flips.
come to work, Anthony. He doesn't come to work. All right? I go to work every day. I hate my job. And he gets to go to work once a month and never defend his damn title. So defend your damn title. I hope he loses his title somehow. But here you go.
So just officially, you have Cody Rhodes?
Of course, Logan Paul. Here you go. Screw Logan Paul.
The scepter's been passed. Much better passed than the last time.
Yeah, because I'm animated.
You know what they should have did from the beginning on this? It's very simple. There's no title on the line. We are going to have one champion versus the other champion, and we're going to see who the better man is. We're going to make this the better man tournament. No titles on the line. So now they were backpedaling. Everyone thought for 2 weeks, 2 belts, 2 belts. Now we find out it's just going to be Cody's belt on the line. And we all know what's going to happen. Cody Rhodes took 2 years to win 2 Royal Rumbles, to get to fight Roman Reigns and win the title, to lose it to Logan Paul in Saudi Arabia. Not going to happen. So Cody Rhodes will retain the title. And once again, it's like the third time I'm going to make this comment. Poor booking by WWE for this whole tournament. I'm sorry. I can have a list of things. We do a whole podcast on how WWE blew the booking of the King of the Ring. But I have Cody Rhodes defeating Logan Paul and retaining his WWE title. And I will be passing the scepter to the King of Coffee.
Very good, everybody. Let us all just remember that war is the result of failure in diplomacy. Keeping it brief,
I'm for president.
we got so close! Nobody yapped! Now, what do we expect with this match outside of it being fantastic? We haven't seen Logan disrespect the squared circle. We've seen Cody be nothing but excellent. So I think we're in for a real treat. I don't think this pay-per-view is going to be bad by any means. What are you going to get out of the match? You're going to get Logan Paul doing some jumps, some spots. You're going to get Logan Paul trying to do something viral. You're going to get him cheating. That's what he does, and that's what gets us engaged. You know who loves that? Me, because that's what a bad guy is. But call back to the 80s. Who prevails always? USA. Cody Rhodes is going to take on all those obstacles. Cody Rhodes is going to walk into Jeddah, World WWE Universal Champion, whatever they're calling it nowadays, and he's going to leave with the same title that I don't know what the hell it is. Officer Michaels, I'm sorry that you don't like Logan for who he is. You got to remember, he's running a $1.2 billion as of 2023 business. He's doing this on the side. He's a megastar. He's a superstar. He's got more followers on his Instagram, his Snapchat, his social media platforms than any other wrestler to come his way. He is nothing but a media market god. How are you not going to want to put him on a throwaway show, which is call a spade a spade? That's what Saudi Arabia it is. This is what they do. LA Knight versus Roman. It's never the mouth-watering WrestleMania matches that they make it seem to be, but it's always something that's there to catch the eye. The group discussion is now opening. I am placing the scepter down. And just again, remember, without diplomacy, we have war.
I have the scepter. I would like to say something.
Well, the group discussion's open.
It doesn't work like that.
It does. I have the scepter. Give it to me. The scepter's been busted. The scepter's been broke. I declare war on the King of Coffee. Do I get the okay from Seth Rogen? And it's real to us. I will smash him in the head with the scepter if you give me the okay.
Please don't do that. Let's just dial it back, gentlemen. Take a minute to breathe. So I'll just take a deep breath. Let's go big picture here, okay? What about both of these men post this event? Where do we see them going?
Logan's probably going to go back to his podcast. We probably won't see him till SummerSlam. Not defending his title again for another 3 months because SummerSlam is the end of August. And it's in Cleveland, his hometown. So he's probably going to main event. He's probably going to face Cody again. I just hate Logan Paul in WWE because he doesn't do anything.
Maybe if he's not going up against Cody Rhodes again, he's going up against another superstar, another giant superstar who he's had on his podcast. Because if you look at the wrestlers who have been on Logan's podcast, Roman Reigns, Cody Rhodes, Seth Rollins, a lot, if not all, have ended up fighting Logan Paul. Rey Mysterio is another one. You know who was on Logan's podcast? Who would be a huge SummerSlam match for the United States Championship?
Who?
John Cena, baby. How amazing would it be to get Cena back fighting Logan Paul for the U.S. title? At
I would
SummerSlam?
like that, but
I don't see
I
it.
love it. How could you not?
How could you not?
John Cena getting one more U.S. title run?
Maybe. I don't know. I'm not in love with it.
I bet Cleveland doesn't even like Logan.
Realistically, you know who's going to win.
do you?
I do.
Do
I
you?
think- yeah, Logan Paul. They're not going
Big
to have
match,
Cena
John.
win.
Big
match, John.
They're both part-timers.
Yeah.
John said
exactly.
he wants one more run.
When did he win a singles match?
When did Logan win a singles match last?
That's a good point. Where did Logan win a singles match? 250 days ago.
When did John Cena win a singles match last?
It's been a while.
Are they going to put the belt on Cena? Is this going to be his grand finale to get this other win? I don't think so. I like to see Randy Orton or Gunther versus Logan Paul because then you don't know who's going to win.
Logan versus Cena is money. You're getting megastar versus megastar going at it in Cleveland for the U.S. title that Cena made awesome. He's probably the best U.S. champion in the last 10, 20 years.
There are no rumors that that's going to happen. That's just off the top of my head. I think it would be fun. Something much more realistic, maybe one L.A. night, although
Love that.
Buried.
he has been falling down
Oh,
the
he's
card.
done.
And if his booking in this King of the Ring tournament is any indication, that man peaked at Crown Jewel a year ago at this point. So we'll see what happens with Logan Paul in the United States Championship, but maybe he's a double champion because, as we said, the WWE Championship is on this line between Cody and Logan, but as you've heard from all of us, we all have Cody. It's rather predictable. And where do we see Cody going?
Kind of see him just jobbing out a couple guys for month-long stories for a little bit. No real need to rush the process. You expect Roman and The Rock to get involved later down the line, so
Well, why not Randy?
you can do Randy.
Cody Rhodes is the golden boy, so they're going to push him along and stretch him right now. He's not going to have any, I believe, any challenging or matches that he could lose for a while. Maybe the next one is SummerSlam.
So whether it's Orton, Kevin Owens, a member of the Bloodline, we'll see. But we all have Cody Rhodes, and we are moving on to our finale, the King of the Ring tournament. So, as of this recording, the finals for both the Raw and SmackDown side of the King of the Ring bracket are set. On Raw, you will see Gunther going up against the Yeet Master, Jey Uso. And then on SmackDown, we have a heated and personal rivalry coming to a head when Randy Orton takes on the Bloodline's Tama Tonga.
Like I said in the other podcast, it's his time. Excuse me! When I'm speaking, you look. You don't mock. You don't mock the king. Getting mocked behind my back. The next time, I have a slingshot in my pocket. I will take it out. Randy Orton will get through the bloodline because he's going to have to defeat the whole bloodline, but he's going to punch his ticket into the finals where he belongs.
Stroke! What happened?
I lost blood flow to my brain, I think.
Somebody get him a
couldn't
Snickers
speak.
bar.
I was just staring. I couldn't speak. Yeet is my guy, but I feel deep down that Gunther will take this match. So in the finals, we're going to have Randy Orton versus Gunther for the King of the Ring. Randy Orton, heard it here, will defeat Gunther and win the King of the Ring. The scepter will be passed to the King of Coffee.
Tricky one to talk and elaborate on when we don't know the conclusion to the story. So I'm going to have to give you my heart. I'm going to have to give you my head. Gunther, Randy, big names, big match. That's the feel. That's the Saudi Arabia show. It's the same thing with Cody and Logan. I don't really think you're going to get a mixed match. It's either Randy and Gunther, or I think it's Jey and Tonga. You're not going to see Jey versus Randy. You're not going to see Tonga versus Gunther. Head's telling me it's going to be the Gunther and the Randy match, but that's kind of a snooze to me. What I'm going to be pitching here and what I want to happen is Jey Uso versus Tama Tonga. And I'm going to make this my prediction because, God damn it, it's a good one. King Tonga. Can you imagine that with the new entrance? Fantastic. That helps me get Solo more involved. He'll get the new bloodline, a new edge. Jey Uso gets taken out. It's layers to this shit. If we're talking cinema, then hey, don't you dare disrespect me! I'm gonna Is it what's going to happen? No. Is it what it should happen? Yes. King Tonga with the fire and the drums and the red and black suits. It screams cinema.
Cinnabon.
This scepter is going to be passed over to my buddy, Ben Stone.
I like your take, King of Coffee. I've been going back and forth on this one. What I want is, Mr. Yeet, Jey Uso to win King of the Ring. He beats Tama Tonga in the finale. I would love that. I think it gets the bloodline story about the old bloodline versus the new bloodline. I think it gets it going. I possibly would like to see Roman Reigns come out and support Jey Uso. That is my take and my take only.
Thank you. This tournament can go a number of ways. Realistically, there is only one way it should go. Gunther will advance over Jey Uso. Randy Orton will advance over Tama Tonga. The bloodline story does not need the crown, does not need the scepter to be must-watch. All it needs is the participants who are involved. Randy Orton needs a big match, needs a big moment, needs an opportunity to showcase he is still a world champion caliber superstar. But he will not go over Gunther. Gunther will not be taking another pin in the last couple of months. This is the way to establish credibility with the crown, make him a world heavyweight champion contender. Gunther is my king now. He's my king tomorrow. He is my king the day after that. And he is my king from this day until his last day. All hail King Gunther.
I think whoever wins the crown, whoever wins the King of the Ring tournament and has that crown is going to get a title shot right away. You want to put it on a guy that could win a title, but if he loses the title, that's okay too if he doesn't win. That's why I don't think Gunther is going to win.
What if Solo Sikoa gets jealous of King Tonga, exiles him back to the homeland, gets rid of him, gets Zilla?
Solo is the biggest backseat driver I have ever seen right now.
Exactly.
He's supposed to be this dominant new face of the bloodline, and on SmackDown, he's literally kinging Tonga. He's like, yes, this guy.
There's so many avenues we can explore. Frank the Sausage, you had, I think, the best pitch out of all of us outside of me.
Frank the Sausage is my favorite one so far.
That's the last one.
Sausage Party.
Sausage Party.
The one Nathan named earlier. Full circle moment.
It really is.
This has purpose. This has reason. And all these matches, some you get your 2-minute stinkers, you get your LA Knight job outs, but you gotta have that.
But why does it have to be a bona fide superstar like in LA Knight? Jade Cargill has been skyrocketing, and then you just buried her basically because she DQ'd because of a chair, which was stupid.
If we just put this in terms of the NCAA tournament, 63 of those teams lose, and those are the best teams in college basketball.
Some are definitely better than others.
Still, upsets happen all the time.
Yeah, and now we have Tama Tonga in the semifinals. Last thing, Jade Cargill, you gotta have those short matches just because she's not in ring tune yet, so it makes sense to have her job out.
Stocks rise and they fall in these tournaments. Maybe Jade and LA Knight, they're trending down, but Ilya Dragunov is trending up, and you can make the argument for Carmelo Hayes. So that's what I'm saying. There are a lot of stories that have been told over the course of these last couple of weeks. You heard all of our opinions. This is our breakdown. What do you think? Let us know. Comment, share. You can reach out to us on X, Instagram, and TikTok at It's Real to Us, over on YouTube, where we are now live streaming Raw and SmackDown each week, and where you're probably watching this podcast. We are at It's Real to Us 1. My lords, the king and queen of the Ring Premium Live event discussion, breakdown, synopsis, whatever you want to call it, has come to its conclusion.
I haven't been able to see for the entire show. If I was staring in the wrong way, I apologize.
So that's our complete breakdown, and we will leave you with this, because I'm sure you're all very curious. The 1-7 softball team. We're back at it again tomorrow. Will we be 2-8? Will we be 3-7? Most likely we'll be 1-9. But you better believe we're going to bring the passion, the blood, the sweat, the tears. Nate might be pitching 14 innings.
Oh, I definitely am. I want it.
I
want it, man.
We're not getting 14 innings. These are all former college baseball players, right?
Oh, don't you worry. They haven't seen anything like me.
There's not to be no 14 innings pitched by anyone tomorrow because we will be 10-run ruled twice.
No,
so that will not happen. The most innings you'll probably go tomorrow is 10. I have the utmost confidence in the first inning. We will be behind. I know that for a fact.
Nathan has given up, I think, 70 runs in the first inning alone, and then he calms down. Last week we won a game, 15-13. First game we won. Nathan gave up 10 runs in the first inning, and then 3 the rest of the game. Locked in. It's uncanny.
I don't know what happened.
What I want to do is if we can bat first and score, and he does his usual whatever, and gives up a lot of runs, we're still in the game. So we don't want to be done. Oh, come in the back, guys. Let's go. What's the score? 9-0.
All right, so we'll be back. We'll let you know how we do. We'll let you know if Nathan can avoid giving up 10 runs in the first inning. Once again, thank you so much for watching to the very end. All of these watch hours mean the most in the world to us. So thank you. And we will see you next time on It's Real to Us, the wrestling podcast.
Hi. Logan Paul sucks. I hate him.